Hey kids! I named this before I saw the last thing on my list here, so this will make more sense. I'm not trying to advertise for anyone in particular, but here we go. Disney rehires Kathleen Kennedy after acclaimed successful Star Wars movie. This is by Scott Mendelson, and he covers for the film industry. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter on Friday, Walt Disney's renewed her contract with one Kathleen Kennedy. Meaning, she kind of earned $1.2125 billion worldwide for the company per film. If you kind of exclude some ideas here. First off, the Star Wars spin-offs were put on hold after Solo crashes at the box office. This is the first time a Star Wars film has failed. See? Wow. They wanted to make a Marvel-style universe, but, their industry observers are calling this franchise fatigue. Let me show you about franchise fatigue. This is 26 of the Marvel films, of which about half of them were made in the past 5 years. This is the other half of the list, and most of the top films are from more recently. Look through the list yourself. They're not all perfect, but Yet there exists a notion that Star Wars is in peril. The notion that they're not making more films. That notion. She produced E.T., Jurassic Park, and Sixth Sense, and they're saying that they can't handle it, and that, this is absurd because it's racist or sexist or whatever. Okay, we're forced to discuss whether a movie theater chains holding a No Boys Allowed Wonder Woman screening is a civil rights violation. If it were no girls or no blacks, I think we'd know the answer. So yeah, No Boys Allowed is a violation. But let's look at her list here. Raiders, she worked with Spielberg directly. Poltergeist, associate producer. E.T. produced. Twilight Zone the movie, great film. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. But there's The Color Purple, that rocked. And see, she wasn't always a sour, bitter, old hag. She had fun for a while. I mean, there she is, tap dancing, right with everyone else. In the Indiana Jones film, by the way, that was, of the list. And she made Schindler's List. That was damn good. Jurassic Park, also mentioned. Great films. But as her career goes on, you also notice, we're back, a dinosaur story, and Trail Mix-Up, which I've never even heard of. And it gets worse. Think about this briefly. This is more recent material. War of the Worlds, Crystal Skull, The Last Airbender. Oh, bad. All four of these Walt Disney releases earned solid reviews and strong polling scores. Most general moviegoers either loved them or thought, fine, I guess. So, they're trying to put it on us, the fans. They're saying, we're just awful people, and we took to the internet and shouted the loudest. I haven't mentioned thing one about Star Wars yet, until now. Now, we know to expect fewer Star Wars movie, which is the right play to maintain their event movie status. No, it's not. Making them good is the way to make their event movie status work. Maybe I'm just a little old-fashioned here, but when they were good, people went to see them. It's a no-brainer to keep the woman who produced Star Wars movies that earned $4.8 billion worldwide. It's both convenient and correct. Politically correct. Convenience as in we're lazy shoppers. No, I really honestly have to say, this is not correct. If she killed a franchise where there could easily be 50 films, that is called an economic loss. Yeah, she made some money, but she didn't make all the money. There's a shitload of money left on the table here. But let's look further. This is Kathleen saying, I have a responsibility of the company that I work for. I don't feel that I have a responsibility to cater in some way. I would never just seize on anything. Well, this is franchises appeal primarily to men, blah, blah, blah. Well, I like this article better. Because this is where she says, where it says she's turned Lucasfilm into a naked mole rat colony. And this is great. See, she's the one in black here. she hires only male directors, the ones that could possibly mate with her. And, Ridley Scott says we need more experienced directors on these Star Wars films. But why not? How about some women directors? No single women. You gotta look this article over, because this feminist will not hire a woman director. She's already fired multiple directors. And, Last Jedi has her fingerprints all over. She's Berkeley educated liberal feminist groomed by Hollywood men. And all the men are cowards, failures, and inept, or suffer from toxic masculinity. The women know better than them, must save the men from the masculinity. The funny thing is, women don't even like these stories. And here it is, on the Rotten Tomato. The critics are like, oh yeah, it's a great film. And the audience is like, no, this sucks balls. Okay, maybe it won't. I mean, it's a feminist. You know what I mean, though. So yeah. It turns out there's a group called Make Star Wars Great Again at Gmail and a hashtag for firing Kathleen. So apparently I'm not the only one who came up with this. Take a look at what they have to say.